crazy thing about life, bro, is like, if you don't pay attention to certain lessons, if you don't pay attention to certain things that you already know, just because you already know it don't mean that you're not gonna have to revisit that lesson. Like, you're gonna have to get, I guess, like put in a spin cycle until you really get to the point where you know something, but you applying it in your life. And it's like, I can't lie, I've been in a few positions where I shouldn't have been in because I knew better. And you be kind of like, I guess sometimes letting other people kind of influence certain situations, and you end up going with the flow. But if you know better, you don't really get the option to delegate your responsibility, bro. It's like you gotta really be on it at all times, and life is not letting up on you, bro. Like, life is, if you who you supposed to, like, if you know your power, you know your potential, you know that God, like, you know that, like, stuff comes effortless to you. You can't suppress yourself and try to act like, you know what I'm saying, you something less than that. Because, like, life is gonna force you to stand out. Life is gonna force you to be who you is at all times. And the same goes for, like, just basic principles of, like, knowing things in terms of safety, responsibility, business. If you know better, bro, you got to do better. You got to do better. There's no excuse. There's no excuse for nobody. And even when you think that you getting by, or you think that, I guess, nobody's seeing you, life is still not gonna let you slide. And that's what I'm realizing, bro. It's like, bro, life will be on your head. Life will be on your ass. You gotta act like you know and apply yourself for real. And the most important thing, bro, like, have fun. Try to have fun. And that's where I'm at with it. It's like, I'm getting back to the stuff that I know, the stuff that I love, the stuff that make me me. For so long, bro, if I can be honest, I felt like I wasn't necessarily considered good enough in certain areas, bro. Like, because, like, where I'm from, I felt like I wasn't necessarily all the way accepted to a certain extent. Like, people knew me and they accepted me for me, but I still was always kind of like an outcast type personality. And I had alternative tastes and did these forward thinking things that is like people didn't necessarily welcome openly. And the funny thing about it now is, like, the lesson I'm learning is you gotta be you regardless. Because what's so funny is you will do these things and you will get all of this backlash, all this criticism, and people will be judging you and looking at you crazy, like you done, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just not you. And then a year later, 2 years later, 3 years later, however much time, it really don't even matter how much time it takes. It could be next week, it could be 6 months. But you doing these things out of genuine interest and genuine passion, just being you, and then you turn around and you see the same things that you was being judged and condemned for. It's like your whole environment switched up, and now everybody looking like you, everybody acting like you, everybody dressing like you, everybody talking like you. And I guess it could be flattering. It's just, the way I look at it, you can't really focus on it too much as far as, like, how people receiving you, period. You can't be concerned with the good, you can't be concerned with the bad, if you do take that as good or bad. But it's like, you just gotta be you, because the people who criticize you most times, they don't even know who they is, bro. They be trying to figure themselves out, and then in turn they end up following you. Like, how you criticize somebody and then you end up following them. They don't, you know what I'm saying? It's confusing to me, but at the same time, you gotta be able to have understanding and have patience with people, because not everybody is meant or supposed to be in certain positions. Like, everybody gotta play their role. You just gotta love people for who they is, accept them for who they is, and allow them to be that, and allow yourself to be that off top, like, you know, because that's what's gonna get you where you want to be at, being you. Ain't nobody gonna be you but you. So it's like once that, I always knew this, but once this clicked in my brain for the second time, it's like, bruh, you know, do what you know. Do what you know, because not saying you're not ever wrong, but if you know you're right, move forward in that. And time gonna reveal, like, you don't have to perform and you don't have to try to prove yourself or prove no point to nobody. Just do you and do what's right. You feel me? Like, do what's comfortable and what's natural to you, and let the rest just let it fall off. Because everything ain't what it seems. Everything ain't what you think it is. All hate ain't really hate. All love ain't really love. So just try to rise above. You feel me? But hey, what y'all think about the outfit though? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to switch it up, get them out. This not even really nothing crazy for me, bro. Like, this is normal. This is like normal Wayne. I'm not even gonna cap. Like, this is really like, this is not even out of my comfort zone. Real for real. It's just like, you can't let people, that's one thing I feel like, I let people convince me that I wasn't, you know what I'm saying, the godly genius that I am. Like, I approach everyone with pure intentions until otherwise deemed necessary. But it's like, a person like me, man, like I operate off of my imagination. I'm stimulated by like a vision bigger than the everyday world. So it's like my motivation behind a lot of things, it'd be stuff that's like, if I explain it, it'll make sense, but if you just saw it, it probably wouldn't be clear. It probably wouldn't be as obvious. And it's like, for me to be able to be passionate, happy, and fulfilled, I have to stay in that space. I gotta stay in that space regardless of what's going on. And I let people pull me out of that space over time. But once you get back to it, it's like, it's normal. It's normal. You gotta do what's good for you and don't worry about the rest. But yeah, man. It's normal. Definitely just getting back to having fun, living life, and doing the small things that make you feel good. Like, small things like putting on clothes, putting on shoes, and like small things that, you know what I'm saying? Like, if that's not even a small thing. I don't even want to say that, to be honest, because if you really think about it, it's a real important aspect that people overlook. But in most cases, bruh, it's directly related. How you dress and how you feel, it's like this. Like, when you dress nice, you feel good. You know, when you dress like shit, you feel like shit. You almost don't even want to show your face if you have on something that you don't like. So it's like, why would you spend any day like that? You know what I'm saying? And you end up going through life, going through society, and society will try to beat you down, but you gotta fight back, and you gotta put these things in place so it's easy for you. And remember, if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of nothing else. That's it.